made another appearance this year. Can you tell us a little bit about playing quarterback again back behind that line?
Oh, he's not very good. Hadn't made much improvement. So we'll see if we can get him better. No, I can't do that next week. So, but our guys are anxious to get ready for again the triple option. Tough challenge. Georgia Tech. They've been better than most anybody in the country at running it for a very long time. Coach Johnson's had incredible success, and they got a very difficult system to defend. I know even through a loss last week, they still rushed for over 300 yards and had every chance to win that game, and probably in a lot of ways should have, as well as the South Florida game if they don't have a couple of special teams miscues. So they went up and down the field, all three games this year, and we're going to need a great effort. It's a little bit different than some of the option that we've seen. We've gotten some work with it, but Coach Johnson obviously now has a couple of games worth of film to really study and what we're doing. But we had to line up and stop Furman and Georgia Southern. So to a certain degree, you had to reveal yourself to them. So it'll be a little bit different for them to have that video to study.
Coach, you said the other day you don't have any sort of magical elixir for Georgia Tech, but at the same time, the last 4 years they've averaged 209 yards total against you. Does it just come down to the players that you have? Is it as simple as that?
I think it's execution. I think our players have done a good job of understanding the plan and executing. It's not like we're not playing disciplined football. Are we faster than some people they might see? Maybe. But if the fast guy's not going in the right place, if he's not squeezing and closing, if he's not playing the dive when he's supposed to, and just go down the list of all the responsibilities that everybody has on any particular play, if they're not doing the little things right, then they'll expose you. It's not like you're overcoming a bunch of mistakes because you got superior athletes. They make a lot of superior athletic teams look like fools, and have through for a long time. So again, it's still being very detailed and precise, physical, violent, disruptive, all those things, and you got to be able to do it for 4 quarters, and that's how they lull people to sleep. They're getting tired of playing those cut blocks and scoop blocks and crack blocks and things of that nature, and they start losing their intensity for precision, and that's when they get exposed. So it's going to take again, an incredible effort from our guys, everybody. Obviously the guys up front. We got to make it tough for them to handle interior-wise, inside out.
How much do you tweak or modify your plan against them year to year with the success you have?
Not much at all. Within the game, you're changing up, very subtly, just who's got what, but not really at all.
What kind of challenge is Marshall providing at quarterback?
I'm sorry?
What kind of challenge is Marshall?
He's very
providing?
fast, and he's wiry, strong. He's got a good arm, and between their draw and their counter, and again all the options, I think he's averaging 15+ yards over the last year on the counter play, and their draws. I mean, all of it. He's good, and really he's strong and fast.
They lost a 1,000-yard rusher in Benson from last year. What have you seen from those other backs?
I think they got a really good system that they plug and play guys. Take nothing away from Benson. He was a really good player, and but they've recruited well for that system too. That's what we saw.
Dorian was like a killer for you. You got Isaiah Simmons in that role this year, that position. How do you coach Isaiah, and how do you point towards Dorian's success with Georgia Tech as a teaching point?
Well, I mean, some guys got instincts for it and a natural feel for it, and then other guys don't. So you're hoping to get something close to what you got, from Dorian, but there's no telling, once game day shows up. So You coach them like you have anybody else at that position and what you want from it. And there's some savviness to it and athletic ability, the ability to stay on your feet, and the ability to understand distance between me and my responsibility on any particular play. So Dorian had a great feel for it, and Dorian was, again, as we saw his last couple of years in particular, as a fourth and fifth year player, was a really good player against a lot of teams, a lot of different styles of play. So we just got to get Isaiah to be 1 of 11, just be really good at 1/11th of the defense. And he doesn't need to necessarily be Dorian, but if he could get somewhere close to that, it'd be obviously good.
Coach, Pitt really shut down Georgia Tech in the first half the other day. Tech was still able to put up 320 rushing yards, 19 points in the second half. Do you think Paul Johnson made some good adjustments there?
I don't think they ran for 320 in the second half. I think they stubbed their toe and they had some turnovers. Tech goes for it. They had a fake punt on their own end of the field, and that's how it goes from 7-0 to 14-0 with a turnover, really 2 turnovers. So I don't know the yards at halftime, but they didn't rush for 320 in the second half.
Do you think
I just think they were more efficient in the second half.
Do you think their improvement in the second half, Tech's offense, had more to do with the adjustments they made, or was it kind of like you said, on the?
They're just more efficient, I think they were more efficient because they moved the ball in the first half. Again, they play here or there, and they got a ball game, and I think, again, they had a fake punt on their own end of the field on the 20, 25-yard line, whatever it was. So they gave Pitt, and when it was 7-0, so they gave Pitt a short field to go up 14-0, and Pitt probably held the ball a little bit too, offensively, and so there you have it. But I didn't see noticeable adjustments. I just think they played more efficient. They're going to do what they do.
Brent, what happened on the past Saturday? Not a good reminder of what could happen against Tech.
Absolutely, or anybody. NC State ran that on us out here a couple years ago. Same play. So anybody. They got to a end over quad set and the backside. We got to do a better job getting them to adjust. Our alignments so that we got everybody covered. So.
Brent, we mentioned the Trayvon when he was here that you guys have played 3 out of the last 4 teams being option teams. How do you keep those guys from being complacent back there? And
Complacent? Because they got people coming to mow them down every snap, and then the high stress coverages that we put them in order to defend the option. I don't think there's anything casual or complacent about anybody on the field. So it's really easy. Just put the tape on, go to practice, and watch the stress happen. When that ball snapped, there's stress for everyone.
Right,
So I don't think it's old hat or hey, same o, and then this is a different style and different level of athlete and precision and just a different type of attack. In some ways the same, and some other ways different. But there's complacency isn't something I have no worries about whatsoever.
Brent, your guys up front had another really strong game. It looked like their motivation is a lot of it just self-motivation from.
They get guys that like to play and compete, and they care about their performance. They play with a lot of pride and toughness, and a lot of energy. That's who they are every day at practice. So I think that what you see is, again, just reflective of who they are and the kind of leaders they are and the guys that care.
I think after Texas A&M, you said the biggest challenge, or the biggest, mistake was guys trying to do too much and maybe looking in the backfield and that kind of stuff. Is that a big challenge for this week with all the different things Georgia Tech's doing?
Sure, yeah, looking at the right things are always important, and this week is no different. And because they really require 11 guys to really be cohesive on every play. Sometimes a backside guy on a run over here against somebody else, is not a big deal. But our backside guy is every bit as important as the point of attack guy. And if we lose that, if he gets cut as a backside player, we got problems, and they'll wear you out. So, eye discipline and, you know, a gap integrity and discipline on how your dive, quarterback, alley, pitch is, is at a premium. And so.
After 3 games, has Xavier Thomas lived up to the expectations you've had?
Expectations for us, in from where we look at things, we recognize how difficult it is to transition as a freshman coming out of high school, and Xavier's done a great job with working and learning and putting in the effort day in and day out, and the more he's practiced, the more reps he takes, the better he's gotten, and so he's met our expectations, and I think you're just seeing him scratch the surface on what he can be, and he'll be the first to tell you he's working on hopefully being a good player systematically, and that's a work in progress right now.
Is he ahead right now as a freshman of where maybe like Cleveland and Austin and even Shaq, some of the other guys you have?
Well, probably his first step was the strength and explosiveness, probably so. He's got that freakiness, and then his speed is faster than all those guys. But he's a good football player too. You can't just be a fast guy, and so I would say he's a little bit ahead because he's stronger, than Clee. Much more physically developed, and again got a great explosive first step.
Coach, how do you simulate Georgia Tech's blocking schemes in a live setting in the practice leading up to it?
Well, we try to get them all to try to emulate what they do, as far as cut blocks and things of that nature. We'll try to be careful in some ways to not cut from behind that they're going to experience on game day. But we get them going. We try to charge those guys up and challenge the scout guys. It's full speed. Today won't be, but Tuesday, Wednesday will, as far as cut blocks and attacking these guys. And I think our guys have a great appreciation, our scouts do, the kind of look and effort that we need. That's the biggest thing. It's going to be hard to simulate the precision and the speed, but I do think that we systematically have a good way to try to teach them, and we get a lot of work with them to try to get that look.
Coach, having a kicker like P.T. Potter put the ball out of the end zone time after time, not only with your coverage unit, how much of a luxury is that for your defense?
I don't really look at it as a luxury. I say that guy's on scholarship. I mean, that's what he should be doing. That's what I think. I think there's a lot of guys, and BT's done a great job. I think a lot of guys can do that. I just watch a game, any game, and just like you expect that quarterback, the guy's wide open and running a corner route, you expect him to put it right there in the breadbasket, or the backer's supposed to make a play in the B gap. It's not a great play, tackling a guy. I don't care who it is, and so it's great for us. That's more like it. We haven't had that luxury. It's been a little inconsistent until this year, and so yeah, it's nice, and I think at the end of the day too, I think when you have the ability to do that, it prevents some of those collisions that can get guys banged up too.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
All right.